I was not mentally or physically prepared for this experience. Oh shit, that is fresh.
Oh shit, that's fresh. Oh, you're just like going in there. You guys want to see a trick?
I thought you did an actual trick and I was like, wait, I missed it. Imagine we
We tried.
I was gonna say, I was like, what's it? So right now, Laura and I are supposed to be on an epic Southeast Asia adventure, but the world had other plans for us. We're gonna try and bring the Philippines here to Vancouver, and we are gonna try and make some pan de coco. Never made it before, not sure how it's gonna turn out, so stay tuned to see what happens. We are in this one together. So if you haven't gone to Laura's channel already, go and subscribe, like, and do all the things. We are cooking another Filipino dish on her channel as well. First things first, we need to make the dough for our pan de coco. Now, I'm gonna be totally honest, I've made bread like twice in my life.
I've never made bread, so.
Yeah. We are gonna do half of the bread, we're gonna make it ourselves, we're gonna do it the old school way. I have a recipe that I'm following, but as a backup, we have some Pillsbury Doughboy cinnamon rolls that I'm gonna use as a base for pan de coco just in case this bread doesn't work out. So first thing we're gonna do is mix together our dry ingredients, so you can just go ahead and pour all of this in the bowl. It said that we were supposed to sift the sugar and flour, but we're not gonna do that.
Okay.
We're doing it
Going all
live.
in.
Now you're supposed to add some warm milk, but I don't like eating milk, so we have coconut milk, which I thought would go better with the recipe anyways. And then we have some oil. So we're just gonna add those in and stir it about and hope for the best. I've just been dreaming of chargao and dreaming of pan de coco. So it's so awesome that we're gonna hopefully get some really good pan de coco today. Oh my God, so good. Do you like eating raw dough?
No.
I love it.
Like raw cookie dough, maybe.
So how do you knead? Do you put it in a ball first?
Yeah, oh yeah, here, okay, wait. And then you like, you like put
Like
pressure
this?
and stretch it out, yeah, with your,
Oh, look at me. Super professional. I'm really tough.
It's like a little sexual. It's snotted.
That's nice.
My arm.
Oh, this is getting really like hard.
Getting really sexual.
It's so tough. Okay, Laura, show me how it's done because you've actually like done
Okay,
this
I went to like one pasta class I got off Groupon, so I feel like it's just
still counts.
Oh, it's so hard.
Right? I feel like everything we say sounds super sexual.
Okay, so I think, yeah, so you're basically supposed to stretch it out because what it does is that when the pasta man taught me, is that it basically like stretches and then combines the fibers, something like that. I don't really know the science of it.
Forgot to mention this earlier, but if you guys stick around to the end of the video, Laura and I are going to do a little bit of a Q&A. So if you are not into watching us attempt to cook this, feel free to skip to the end to see the Q&A. We have successfully made 2 balls of dough. I feel very proud, I'm not gonna lie. Step 1 complete, and these guys are just gonna chill for like 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how much patience we have. And in the meantime, we are gonna make the filling for our pan de coco. So basically, we have a bunch of ingredients here. We have brown sugar. I'll give you that to throw in the pan. We have a ton of coconut. We have coconut milk. We have vanilla. We have butter. And yeah, we're just gonna put it all together in a pan, heat it up, and reduce it to hopefully what will be a delicious
Yeah,
filling.
hopefully. I think it'll be good. I feel like this is hard to like F up, you know?
Don't curse us.
It smells so good in here, guys.
So yummy. I'm actually so excited about how this turned out. But yeah, so basically now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the Pillsbury Doughboy dough while we wait for our other dough to rise. And basically you just make it into like a little
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna rewash my hands.
little coupley thing here. And then what we're gonna do once you have like a little thing like this, I'm talking like I know what's going on here, but doing it live, is just stuff it with a little bit that actually might be a bit much, but I kind of want them to be pretty full.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be so good.
Yeah, I know, I'm so excited already. And then seal it
Okay.
somehow. Oh my God, it actually looks good though, look.
Oh, it looks like a little dumpling.
Yeah, a little dumpling.
Oh my gosh, this looks so good.
Right? I feel like this might even be better than the regular dough. This is like a
Yeah.
supreme pan de coco.
Yeah.
I really hope that this actually works out. I feel like as we go on,
I
my
don't see why I
confidence is
wouldn't.
higher.
I mean, okay, wait, how are you? Oh,
But I think you have to
make.
make it thinner
Oh shit.
and then like wrap it around.
Not working. I'm gonna make a Pan de Coco taco.
Oh my god, this actually looks so good. Okay, what happened, Laura? I'm not gonna lie, Laura's is just something.
It's not.
It looks like a dim sum right now.
Yeah.
Like a really strange dim sum.
Okay, honestly, I think this might. Voila.
Oh, we're just gonna set these over here while we take out our homemade dough and make our remaining Pan de Cocos.
I'm very curious to know how this one is going to turn out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the main thing that's going to go like wrong with these is how we're cooking them, and that we're cooking them in an oven and not like on burning coconut husks, which is how it should be done. All done and ready to go in the oven. We have Pillsbury Doughboy ones. You'll know these because they have the cinnamon on them. And then we have our homemade dough. Very proud, very excited. And she goes. Oh my gosh.
This looks pretty good.
Ah!
Okay, wait, this like...
They actually look amazing.
Yeah. Okay, whoa, this actually
looks so good. That is actually incredible. And I know we didn't make this dough, but we did make the filling.
That's the best part.
Right? That's actually so good. So while we wait for the other Pan de Coco to cook, I have no idea why they're taking so long, but these ones are so good.
So good.
Yeah, while we wait for those ones to cook, we're gonna do a really quick Q&A. I'm just gonna pick 3 questions from the questions I asked you guys on Instagram the other day. So the first question is, where is our next Canadian adventure? So the next trip that Laura and I have planned together, I think this is the first one off the top of my head, is we're going to this really remote spot where you have to take a seaplane to go up to the resort, like in the mountains.
So cool.
It's so Canadian,
I'm so
you guys. Yeah, it's gonna be the most epic series ever. Get ready for that. I think that's the next one that we have coming together, but if something else comes first, like, don't come for me. Next question would be, this one's for me. Am I going to level up my B-roll and invest in a drone? The short answer is yes, I will get a drone. I just don't know when. It's like scary to spend money right now.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
My next one, so the DJI just came out with a Mavic Air 2, and apparently it's really good.
And then final question, I'm struggling to grow my Instagram. Do you have any tips? Also, please give me tips.
Well, I mean, I look to other people for tips too. I think Instagram is really tough. I myself haven't even cracked it yet. What they say is that you need to be posting like 3 times a day, like just
3 times a day?
Put a ton of content. Yeah. So actually, like my friend Megan, who talks about this a lot on her social channels, basically like the algorithm, the way that other people have studied it is that it favors people who post more, who are on the platform more. And I mean, like, that's kind of like all the platforms nowadays. Like, the more you post, the more whatever. But if I have any advice, I would suggest to get on TikTok. I find it's a lot easier to grow on there. I'm obsessed with TikTok. No, but it truly is. Like, you could grow a massive following in a short period of time, whereas Instagram, I do feel like you have to kind of slave away for a really long time. Yeah. One of my tips though for Instagram is to teach people something, because I feel like if you teach people something and your content is providing value, they're more likely to follow you. Versus people are getting kind of tired of looking at pretty photos these days. They want that kind of like authentic, raw, real thing. And so the more you're able to provide that for your followers or provide some sort of value, then I think you have a better chance of growing. But like I said, I'm still trying to figure that out myself. So I don't know. Join TikTok.
And I decided I want to do one bonus question because I just saw this one come up and I really like it. One of you said, I honestly find it so great that you two are female travel vloggers who support each other. And she said that, what do we learn from each other regarding our YouTube channels? So I can go first.
Okay, I was like, I know so. Okay, I can go first. Okay.
When I first started vlogging, I had a really bad habit of just like putting a really, really long clip in, or, you know, it would kind of get boring. And Laura's videos are always very well paced. Like, you never find yourself getting bored. She just like keeps it going fast. And then obviously just like cinematics. Queen, female Peter McKinnon over here.
Oh, so, thank you.
Yeah, that's an obvious one, but.
Well, what I have to say about you, and this was like such a standout thing when we went on our first Philippines trip together, is your ability to just go out and capture content. You literally don't need anyone. Like, I'm not joking, you guys. Because I usually when I'm on a trip, I get someone to either film me or I'm filming them. Like, I can't do it just one man show. Whereas Robyn will literally have her tripod. She'll set it up on a rock on a beach and do like nice B-roll, like with the waves. And I'm just like, I was watching her and I was just like, this is inspiring, honestly. Like, it made me want to be like less afraid to go out and vlog on my own, or do like things just all by myself, and because it is hard, like it's having a second shooter, even like it would be great to have a team of people, right, like with what we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been cool to watch behind the scenes, because you guys, it's wild behind the scenes.
It does.
Watching. We'll be on a boat and all of a sudden some random lady will have her camera and Robyn will be like moving
I'm
around
like
with
in
her
my
dress.
bikini,
And I'm
like,
like,
is
what
that
is
the
she
angle?
doing? I was like, I can help you. And she's like, no, it's fine, the lady got it. And I was like, okay.
Anyways, those are the only questions we're going to answer on this channel. So if you want to see the remainder of the Q&A, head over to Laura's channel. I'll link her video below and you can see the rest of our questions. And now it's finally time
Yeah,
to
should we try
taste
this?
our pan de
I've had like
cocos.
2 or 3 of these.
So this is our homemade pan de coco. That looks good
It actually
too.
looks like we just
Wow.
don't think it's too thick.
Yeah, the dough is definitely thicker on this one. It just doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like,
It's flavorless.
yeah. Except the filling is good, but like then there's just
Yeah.
like a lot of the flavorless dough.
I think it would have been good to do a glaze on top.
Really hot. Either way, I feel proud because look what we did. We made our own dough
Pretty impressive.
and it turned into the shape of buns and we stuffed it with coconut meat. Like that's so amazing.
Pretty advanced for people who don't bake, you know. So.
This has been an amazing trip down memory lane. It makes me miss Siargao and the Philippines in general more than I already do. And we are gonna call it a day. So make sure if you have not already, you head over to Laura's channel and check out her cooking video. We're making a very famous Filipino dish that I've never actually tried before. So if you want to see how that one goes, check that out. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's been so much fun hanging out with you today. Let me know if you want to see more cooking videos like this, or maybe like a little cocktail video, something fancy.
Yeah, we have something in the works.
That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Leave this video a thumbs up, say hi in the comments, do all the things, like, subscribe. I love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye. And I don't know what that is. Questionable. I am here with my friend Laura, and today we are
This
doing...
isn't Laura, I am.
Laura!
No, I don't.
Yeah, do you guys like this?
It could be just like Laura not knowing what she's doing.
Action. Martha's doing.